Kayla, the President of the United States was about to speak, but something has gone on. We've just gotten new information. Tell us about that.
Wolf, President Biden has just tested positive for COVID. That, according to the president of UNIDOS, the leader of the organization that was set to host President Biden here in Las Vegas this afternoon, amid a flurry of outreach that the president was doing to black voters and Hispanic voters as he tried to shore up support from critical constituencies. The UNIDOS president noting that Biden has done many more public events. He's been with crowds. He was just at a local restaurant earlier this afternoon filming an interview with a local Latino media outlet. And it was shortly after that that word began spreading here in the ballroom that the president would not be attending this event to deliver his remarks that at this point have now been delayed considerably throughout the afternoon. There was an audible gasp in the ballroom when that news was delivered, but as the leader of UNIDOS explained that President Biden planned to address the group at some point in the future and said that they will continue to support the president in his policies and his efforts, there was some applause that broke out among the crowd. Remember, the second gentleman tested positive for COVID a little bit more than a week ago, so there has been some exposure in the White House from some people who have tested positive, but it's unclear exactly where President Biden picked this up. We know that he tested positive for COVID last in July 2022. He was treated with a course of Paxlovid at that time, and he experienced a rebound positive test just a few days after beginning of that course of Paxlovid. But we're still awaiting more information from the White House on exactly how the president is feeling, where he had this test conducted amid a time where there have been many questions for the White House about the president's health in particular, and at a time where he has been trying to prove to the public that he has the strength and vigor to continue campaigning and for a second term. Wolf?
Kayla, stand by for a moment. I want to play the clip, the organizer of this event in Las Vegas, announcing that the President of the United States, President Biden, has tested positive for COVID. Let's listen to this.
Being able to join us this afternoon. The president has been at many events, as we all know, and he just tested positive for COVID. So, of course, we understand that he needs to take.
All right, so there you have it. It's the organizer announcing that the President of the United States has tested positive for COVID. Ana Navarro is on the phone with us. Ana, I take it you're there in Las Vegas. You heard it. What was the reaction of the crowd when this announcement was made?
Well, yes, I am here. I'm backstage. I was supposed to be saying hello to the president briefly. And look, this is a very supportive crowd. There's about 2,000 people in the audience. They flooded the ballroom when the doors opened at 11 a.m., so people have been waiting for over 3 hours. There was a lot of excitement to hear him. He's been here in Las Vegas since yesterday when he did a speech at the NAACP. He had a packed schedule today, Wolf. He was doing events at a Mexican restaurant. He was doing media interviews with Latino media at a Mexican restaurant here in the city. And we were sitting here waiting for him and wondering what was delaying him. And then the news came to Janet Murguia, who is the head of UNIDOS, that he was not coming, that he had tested positive for COVID. President Biden called her. I was next to her. President Biden called her, told her how sorry he is not to be here, how disappointed he is, how much this organization means to him. Janet and UNIDOS, of course, is very disappointed. This is going to be a great event for the president. There was a lot of people who really wanted to show him here that they have his back. And listen, I'll say this. My co-host, Whoopi Goldberg, was out last week with 5 days because of COVID. It's going around again, and this should be a reminder for all of us that COVID is not gone, that there's new strains, and that it's coming around again. So the decision was made for him not to come and not to put anybody at risk.
Ana, did they say anything about the symptoms that he may have had that resulted in an actual COVID test being administered?
Yeah, apparently he wasn't. He started not feeling well. Apparently he started feeling under the weather. And it must have been today, Wolf, because like I said, yesterday he was at the NAACP that is also having its annual convention here. And just to put things in context, I would tell you Unidos is like the Latin version, the Latino version of the NAACP. It's the largest Latino advocacy organization in the country. It's been having annual conventions since 1978. And so the thought was the president was doing the NAACP convention yesterday where he got a rousing applause, a rousing reception. He gave what was a very strong speech. He had other events. And then today he had a packed schedule starting in the morning. And about an hour and a half ago, we heard backstage that there was something delaying him, that he wasn't feeling well. And then they came back and said he's just tested positive for COVID. People traveling with the president called Janet Murguia, and then the president himself called Janet Murguia and told her how sorry he is not to be able to join Unidos.
Anna, there was a large audience getting ready to hear the President of the United States when it was announced that he has tested positive with COVID. What was the reaction inside the room?
Oh, great disappointment. This is a Latino organization that has a lot of members and supporters that are very engaged in politics. Wolf, I've been at this convention with John McCain. I've heard George W. Bush address this convention. This is a convention. Barack Obama addressed this convention. This is a convention that has got a lot of respect, a lot of supporters, and it is not unusual for candidates, presidential candidates, Senate candidates, to come and address this convention to earn their support, to win their vote. And this is an organization and an audience with which the president has a lot of goodwill. And I know that Janet Murguia had a great introduction ready for him, touting his accomplishments with the Latino community. I know they were getting ready to make some announcements. I know that the president was looking forward to coming and talking about what he has done for the Latino community and what he expects to do the next 4 years. So I think there's been great disappointment by the audience that's been waiting, by the president who couldn't come and join us, and by the organizers who, just had to pull the plug on his speech, even though there is also gratitude that he was coming here in the first place, that he was giving this organization and by proxy the Latino community the time to come and speak to us at this time.
And we were, of course, planning on listening and taking his remarks live here in the Situation Room until this announcement that the president has been tested positive with COVID. I want to go back. Ana Navarro, thank you very much. I want to go back to CNN's Kayla Tausche. She's on the scene for us as well. Kayla, I take it the White House has issued a statement explaining what is going on?
The White House has just issued a statement confirming the president's diagnosis and saying that his symptoms are mild and he will be returning to Delaware, where he will self-isolate and follow CDC guidance as far as his activities from there, but he will be carrying out the duties of the presidency remotely from Delaware, according to Karine Jean-Pierre, the White House press secretary. The statement also includes a section from the president's doctor that says that he began experiencing some symptoms this afternoon, including upper respiratory symptoms, a runny nose, and a non-productive cough. The doctor goes on to say that he felt okay for the first event of the day, but when he was not feeling better, they decided to administer a COVID test. He says that the president does not have a fever, that his blood oxygen level is 97%, and that President Biden has received his first dose of Paxlovid, of course, the treatment for COVID that the president last took in July 2022 when he last had COVID. But of course, this is not the only time in recent weeks that the president has been feeling under the weather. He told the hosts of Morning Joe on MSNBC a few weeks ago that he received a COVID test around the time of the presidential debate in late June when he had a cold at that time because he was feeling so poorly, an attribute that he continues to point to defend his performance on stage that has spurred this crisis of confidence across the Democratic Party. So the White House confirming the president's diagnosis, saying his symptoms are mild. He's returning to Delaware, and he is currently being treated with Paxlovid. Guys.